Hello, welcome at Ukraine Media Center. It is Ukrinform. We are going to have a briefing with Natalya Humenyuk from the United Press Center of the Operational Command South in the Armed Forces of Ukraine. So the news of the day is that the advance of our troops has started on the south of Ukraine. Can you share a bit more, and then we will ask follow-up questions. So the main thing that you need to know right now is that any military operation needs silence. So the fact that any news from the front line is so widely discussed is not correct, because in the current conditions of war, including the informational war, we need to understand that any actions, even if they are very inspiring, they need to be completed first, and only under such conditions they can be successful. So yes, there are news updates, but we need to understand the limits of the work of the defense units. So what's the assessment of the enemy that's right now on the opposite side of the river? Well, they are quite strong. We understand that they were amassing their forces for quite some time. They were bringing in their reserves, they were bringing in additional equipment, but our preliminary activities, the fire control over the enemy's logistics, were successful. We destroyed many of their warehouses of the ammunition, destroyed lots of their air defense, and of course we understand that the enemy is strong. We understand that they are also destabilized in their morale, so we can use that, but it's too early to rest on the laurels. So speaking of the advance, are there any recommendations for the Ukrainian citizens in the occupied territories who are in that potential zone of advance? Yes, indeed, we continue communicating with the civilians in the occupied territories. The main message for them is that we are not destroying the infrastructure and we are taking care of our civilians. But we kindly request anyone who has not had opportunity to evacuate and does not have it right now, please find some shelter and please wait through those armed operations until they are completed. The situation is changing dynamically, and we really cannot foresee when exactly the civilians will have to hide. But everyone needs to think for themselves, and these are the citizens who have been under occupation for quite some time. So you know that the situation is serious. And what about the system of alerts? Does it work in the occupied territories? So yes, we do communicate with the civilians. We have a feedback from the territories, and even in the TV channels, we can see that the civil defense warnings are there. It is possible to use them. Okay, so if we do not, if we cannot share the details of the operations that are happening, although there are some updates on social media, but let us discuss the most recent news updates from your region. The main force, the main effort we had was to destroy the enemy's warehouses, the points of command. It was quite a serious effort, also intended against the morale of the enemy. Also, we were destroying the air defense and also the heavy artillery, the MLRS of the enemy, everything they used to terrorize the civilians in the peaceful regions. Thank you so much. I truly hope we will hear more news updates. So it seems there are no questions to you right now, and all of us are waiting and hoping for some good news. Thank you so much.